Hello guys, welcome to my guide on how to get your first kill at Zulrah. Today we'll be looking at the bare minimum gear I would recommend taking with you for that first kill, as well as where to upgrade from there right through to max gear. First bit of gear that you absolutely must have, in my opinion, would be full void from the pest control minigame. If you want some help with getting your void, let me know in the comments below and I'll record a quick guide on how to get your void together pretty quick. So let's dive in and take a look at what we're going to be using. First off, let's take a look at the gear that we do not swap during the kill. As I mentioned earlier, we will be wearing full void. Next, in the amulet slot, I would recommend starting with the glory. The final piece of must-have gear for me is the Ring of Suffering. It is possible to kill Zulrah without this, however, when you're learning Zulrah, this will help you out massively. Now for our range gear, we obviously want our Void Mage Helm equipped, as well as a Mage Cape, Staff of Choice, and Highest Mage Boots. I've equipped the Iban Staff and a pair of Wizard Boots in this example. I also have the Mage's Book equipped here in the offhand, but any offhand that doesn't provide big negatives will do. I have some Addy Bolts E in the ammo slot to be used with my range setup, which we'll go through now. The first part of the range setup will be our Void Range Helm, a Rune Crossbow, the highest range boot you have available, and of course your Aver's device. Now, let's go through our inventory setup. I like to start by going through a checklist as I'm gearing up. We've already ticked the first part, which is our gear. And next up, let's take a look at what potions you'll need, followed by the teleports, and finally, food. The pots I recommend would be one ranging potion, one anti-venom, a few prayer potions or super restores. I personally bring 2 super restores, but this is down to your preference on your account. As for teleports, I recommend a one-click teleport away from Zulrah for those panic situations, as well as some Zulrah teleports to get there nice and easy. Once you have this set up, just fill the remainder of your inventory with your best food, and you're all set. Once you have your gear all set up, it's time to start thinking about Zulrah and your first kill. For those of you that use RuneLite, you're able to install and use the Zulrah Helper plugin, which will make learning the rotations much easier. For those of you that are using a different client, I have linked the website down below in the description that does the same thing as the Zulrah Helper plugin, but will need to be in a separate browser window. I'll run through how to use these tools before we enter the instance and how to utilize them during the kill. Before we start our kill, it's important to know that Zulrah will always start in its range phase. From here, it will randomly select either melee, range, or mage. As you can see in our helper of choice, there are 3 options: red, green, and blue. After the initial range phase, when Zulrah dives down and reappears, simply select the color of Zulrah in your tool and it will show you the remainder of the rotation you are currently in. Now that we've had a little look at these tools and you've got your gear and inventory ready, it's time to teleport to Zulrah and board the boat to start your kill. After teleporting to Zulrah, run east to the dock and get ready to board the boat. Sip your ranging pot and climb aboard. Once you arrive on the island, run to the northwestern corner as I show here, and when you get there, start attacking with Mage. After a short while, Zulrah will dive under and the first phase will be selected. After this phase has finished throwing out these poison clouds, he will dive under and the first phase will be selected. Here we have a range phase to begin, which will determine the rest of this rotation, as you can see on the left hand side of your screen. Where you want to be standing is the white X's. You'll see I've marked the tiles where these X's are on the map, and that's where you want to be running to. So as soon as he starts to clear the poisons, I start running, and then you dive into this corner. And for the melee phase, what you'll want to do is, as he starts to wiggle his tail, which he will do momentarily, you want to move a few steps away, and then he'll miss, then he'll line up where you are now and just move back the other way. If he was to hit you, he would knock you back and stun you, almost guaranteeing the second hit. Here we have a mage phase, so we switch to our ranging gear, and we start attacking. The big thing to concentrate on during a kill at Zulrah is the order in which you do things. Start moving, switch prayers, switch gears, then attack. Always in that order. Check movement, check prayers, check gear, attack. Check movement, check prayers, check gear, attack. That's basically it until we get to the Jad phase. So I'm going to let the kill play out, and when we get to the Jad phase, I'll talk you through that. The Jad phase will be coming up shortly. We'll have this range phase, a mage phase across the other side, and then we've got our Jad phase. Now it's called this because every attack will alternate between range and mage, and you need to swap your prayers accordingly. The helper will tell you what's going to be attacking first. As you can see here, we've got a blue attack on the left hand side of the circle representing Zulrah, which means it's going to be a mage attack first. So you want to be praying mage, but you always attack the Jad phase with magic. So you'll see we have that, and as soon as he dips his head, we switch and switch prayers and switch and switch, and you're basically going to be almost off ticking your prayer at all times. So whatever attack is coming at you, you are praying the opposite. So when the mage attack is coming, range, range, mage, and you just rinse and repeat that until it's over. Now you'll see we're reaching the end of this rotation, and Zulrah is still not dead. So after this mage phase, what will happen is he will dive down, a range phase will open up again, and this essentially resets the rotations. So what you want to do is hit the refresh button at the top of your helper and get prepared, because when this range phase dives down, it will select a new of the 3 rotations at random. And here we have a melee phase to begin with, which means we have to move from the wiggle. There's the attack. Starts the wiggle, we move back and attack. Next we'll have a mage phase coming up in the center. Switch to our range gear. Start attacking. The big thing to watch out for during the mage phase is those random mage attacks that he just threw at us there, because they will hit you through prayer because you are praying the wrong thing. Next we'll have one of 2 range phase Zulrahs, either at the top or to the right. That would determine what the second half of the phase becomes. And from here, we just keep following the helper, keep standing where you're meant to stand, praying the correct thing, and slowly but surely working Zulrah down. And there we go. That is Zulrah down. And congratulations, you've just got your first kill at Zulrah, and you're ready to carry on trying to get better at it and shaving down that time. Best of luck, guys. Keeping with the full Void setup, we can start by upgrading from an Iban Staff to a Trident of the Seas, and eventually a Toxic Trident. The next big upgrade would be getting an Imbued Mage Cape from Mage Arena 2, and because of an upgrade in our range slot, we can equip a Blessing in the ammo slot. Upgrading your Mage Boots to Eternal is a solid boost, and as you can see we also have a Fury now instead of the Glory we used previously. Moving to our range setup, we can see that we've upgraded from the Rune Crossbow to the Toxic Blowpipe, and upgraded our D'hide Boots to Pegasians. Otherwise the rest of the inventory remains basically the same. You will need to make sure that you have one slot open however, because when you equip your range setup, the Toxic Blowpipe will force the offhand into that slot. So now that you've got your gear upgraded, we're going to go through another example kill with this upgraded gear. However, the way that you kill Zulrah remains completely the same. so there is no real reason for me to talk over this kill, so just sit back and enjoy. So now that we've got that kill done, let's go through our max gear. So we're going to be dropping the Void, but we've still got our Blowpipe, we've got our Barrow's Gloves, Necklace of Anguish, full Armadil, our Ava's Device, and of course our Pegasians. In the head slot, we are now wearing a Serpentine Helm. This means that we no longer require an Anti-Venom. Next up, we've got our Imbued Zamorak Cape from Mage Arena 2, the Occult Necklace, full Ancestral, a Tormented Bracelet, our Eternal Boots, Ring of Suffering, and then in the offhand a Mage's Book and a Sanguinary Staff in the main hand. The inventory otherwise remains pretty much the same. You can obviously upgrade the Mage's Book to an Arcane Spirit Shield. I currently don't have one, but that would be an upgrade to this gear setup. Kill wise, it remains the same, so I'll let you guys just watch the kill as it happens. And there you have it. That is my guide on how to kill Zulrah. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, I am live over on Facebook Gaming. The link will be in the description below. Feel free to stop by and ask me anything that you'd like. I am live on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I hope to see you guys there. See you later. Bye.